X-Men 97, Season 1, Episode 4, titled Nintendo and Lifedeath Part 1. Now, this is a two-story episode that one's featuring Jubilee and another one's featuring Storm. And I will talk about the Storm one a little bit later because there's some background stuff to talk about here with that one. But the Memento storyline and Lifedeath, watching it, I felt like, why this is needed to be merged together. These two could easily be a standalone story. You know, I know it's 10 episodes, but, you know, this could easily be 11. And I think also with last week's episode, I'm like, this is too much. You need 2 episodes. So far, I'm like, you know, 2 episodes in a row where I'm thinking this season should be 12 episodes, not 10 episodes. Because they have so much story or so much story they want to deal with. But they're trying to cram things so quickly and so far, and trying to cram it into the 30-minute time frame that they have, that there's no breathing room, or there's, like, something's getting focused on, but the other thing isn't focused on as much. Like, okay, you want to do the fun episode of, like, okay, Jubilee and Sunspot is stuck in a video game, and Mojo is basically saying, play my video game for the rest of your life, or you will die. Or if you die in the video game, you will die in real life, so you will do the Matrix thing. And the answer is yes. And, you know, Jubilee and Sunspot play the game until they try to figure out how to get out and all that. I mean, that is a story by itself. Because when we go to Lifedeath, it's like a 10-minute, like, we hit the 20-minute mark when we hit the Lifedeath. And Lifedeath is a adaptation of X-Men issue 186. Now, I may have read this last week, just in prior of this week, in prior to this week's episode. I got a Marvel Unlimited account, so I was like, hey, I'm just gonna read this issue. It probably is the oldest comic I ever read, because I have a hard time reading the old stuff. Like, I would love to read the Dark Phoenix stuff, but and all that. And if anyone's curious what I'm reading currently, it's Immortal Hulk. I'm kind of going through that right now. I'm only up to issue 7 to that, and I'm like, this is really good. This is a really good story. I'm digging it. I'm digging it so far. It's like a horror, making Hulk into a horror character. Oh, well, going back to Hulk being a horror character. Anyway, back to this one. So it's based on that particular issue, right? And it's dealing with the events that has happened in the show. Storm has also powers, and in this, I was thinking there's so much opportunity for a status about, okay, what happens when you have something that is so linked to your identity, that's so linked to it, and then it's gone, and you have to rectify that, and how to deal with it, and how to work with it, and how to kind of move on. That thing that you have isn't there anymore. In this case, Storm is her powers, because her powers have been taken away from her. How does she move on from it? And I'm thinking that could be a really well done character building, character storyline, character build up, and the relationships and all that kind of stuff. And it's just 10 minutes of woofing through that they sort of touch the themes of it, but then they don't. They slightly, like okay, I won't lie, I do enjoy, you know, the scene where, like, Thor, you know, affesses his love for Storm, and in 1 millisecond, you know, after he says, "I love you, Storm," she just smacks her across the face, because you normally it's thinking, "I love you," and then it's kissing, and then they reconcile with a kiss. No. Still one of those characters like, yeah, you can't just say the words "I love you" and call it a day. Okay, that shit ain't gonna fly with me. Um, but yeah, I just this episode like it'd be kind of weird if like, look, we only got how many episodes we have? We got 1, 2, 3, and 8 to 10 is a 3-parter. So the thing about I I hopefully what we get here is when we have Remember Me and like what made those first 2 episodes really well put together is, yes, it was doing with the big action sequences. Yes, you have like probably the mindset. The reason they did the Mento thing was people probably would complain about, oh, where's the action? Where's the action? Why can't we have some action? This thing's called X-Men. It's not Storm. We need some action. And I'll be like, piss off. I would take a good story. Hey, if the X-Men isn't needing the story, it doesn't need it. But it's just not. Hopefully, what we get is when, like, I really want to go back to like episode 2 so far, where like Magneto does the big speech and there's a big emotional moment, and you go, oh my god, and all that. This is like, and it takes its time, and you realize, wow, there's so much in 30 minutes, but it felt so well paced towards it. Well, but hopefully, like Remember Me and Lifedeath Part 2 and Bright Eyes, and then the final 3 episodes really step up the game, and hopefully, because there's no more 2-episode thing going on, so 2-story thing, so hopefully everything kind of. Hopefully we get back to like 3 and 4 are just a little bit of slip ups. But by the way, that like bird creature, I don't know what it's called. What is it called? The Anastary. That bird creature, I was like, god damn, talk about some creepiness.